team that way with Kukoc, and they're the kind of easy baskets that you get when you double team that way.
32 for Anthony Hardaway. Oh, the pass from Steve Kerr to Bill Wennington.
Sure, it makes all the sense in the world. Have Kerr and Wennington play a two-man game and send Jordan and Kukoc to the weak side.
And that foul called on Bill Wennington. Let's take a look at that pass. What a sweet pass from Steve Kerr.
Under duress, deep in the left corner, being hounded by Anthony Bowie. Shaq out there to double team, and Wennington does the right thing, heads for the basket, and Kerr able to deliver that ball from behind the back.
Steve Kerr grew up as a ball boy for the UCLA Bruins. Saw a lot of good basketball.
Shaq missed the dunk. Looks for the foul call, didn't get it. The Magic are literally to say, where did our forwards go in this game one as Wennington throws another one down?
Brian Hill is furious. He felt that Tony Kukoc undercut Shaq on that dunk attempt, and Shaq stopped to look at the referee. Yes, he didn't get the call, but you can't worry about it. You got to run back.
Shot, no. Jordan rebound.
The Magic are just being out-hustled, and the Bulls are quicker to every single ball. They're able to double team and get back.
And they're able to double team from the weak side with Nick Anderson and Dennis Scott out of the game right now. They're not really worried about the other shooters. Yes, they are worried about Penny Hardaway, however.
Here's the play that Brian Hill was furious about, and now Hardaway reaches down and grabs a hand, and he walks to the bench. 9:58 to play in regulation, and the Bulls are in charge. Semifinals. In the final seconds, the Bulls down by 1. Michael Jordan has the ball knocked away by Nick Anderson. The ball picked up by Penny Hardaway. He finds Horace Grant for the clincher. The Magic won it 94-91. Went on to take the series 4 games to 2. In recognition of that moment, the Miller Brewing Company donates $1,000 to the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund. Speaking of Penny Hardaway, take a look at what happened on this last trip down court just before the timeout.
Well, the Magic getting caught up in a switch situation, and Hardaway really wasn't reading it and trying to he got his hand caught on Michael Jordan's jersey. The rebounding has been the biggest story of this game so far. The Magic being out-rebounded 49-19 and outscored 25-2 on second shots.
Ouch. 19 rebounds for a team that has been averaging 41 during the postseason. Anthony Bowie with the jump shot, 88-63, as we come up on 9.5 to play in regulation.
It hasn't just been rebounding, it's been attitude and aggressive defense, and that's how the Chicago Bulls came out to start this series, and the Magic came out flat.
From the opening play of the game when the Bulls went up 10-0.
Shaq knew he made a mistake as soon as he touched that one. The ball didn't look like it had a prayer of going in, and Shaq comes over.
I don't know if it was even going to hit the rim.
No. Donald Royal off the glass.
Dennis Scott and Nick Anderson have to be sitting over on the bench saying, why didn't they play defense like that when we're on the floor? Come and double team like that, because that's how they get their openings.
So many of these opportunities come for Orlando with Dennis Rodman on the bench. Nice pass, Pippen.
Wennington, no. Bushler with the rebound. Pippen for 3. The Magic come back. Hardaway to Shaquille down the lane for the layup. So Shaq adds another 2. He has 22. 90-67.
The Bulls so quick. Oh, Pippen on the back door.
Oh, Steve Kerr.
Boy, the Bulls have been beating the Magic off the dribble all afternoon long, but you don't expect Steve Kerr to take you off the dribble to that extent, going in and laying it up unmolested.
Donald Royal hits his second straight shot, 92-69. And again, 69 points for the Magic, the highest scoring team in the playoffs with 105 in the 8 games played up until this afternoon.
And the Bulls played such poor offense against the Knicks.
Oh.
creative passing. They're just toying with him at this point.
Steve Kerr for three.
Brian Hill walked up the sideline, thought about saying something, and then realized there was nothing he could say.
Shaq down the lane, draws the foul. Boy, Brian Hill, when he goes back and looks at the final numbers, it won't be much of a mystery as to what the problem has been this afternoon. Hardaway 32, Shaq 22, and the other three starters just 2 points among them.
But that's been the motivation of the Chicago defense. They know that Shaquille O'Neal and Penny Hardaway are going to score no matter how you really defend them. And their decision was, let's keep the other people from getting involved and hurting us.
Dennis Scott averages 13.5. Horace Grant almost 17. Nick Anderson 16.5. That's unbelievable. Hardaway got the roll, and he'll go to the line. 34 for Anthony Hardaway.
Penny Hardaway again. He's done it with Michael Jordan. He's done it with Scottie Pippen. Whoever they put on him. They haven't tried Dennis Rodman on him yet. Dennis is busy taking care of Shaq. But Matt, back to your point, that's not all the Chicago Bulls defense of staying at home with Nick Anderson and Dennis Scott and Horace Grant. You got to do something out there. You can't just go out there and wait for everybody else.
A playoff high 35 for Anthony Hardaway. 34 making for Hardaway. Kerr kicks it to Wennington. Royal with the rebound and the quick outlet for Hardaway. The Magic come back 4 on 2, and Hardaway slows it down. Bowie from the far side comes up short.
Kukoc, tremendous extension in range on the defensive end.
And we get a timeout on the floor with 6:27 to play. The Chicago Bulls en route to a Game 1 victory in the Eastern Finals. Boy, the Chicago Bulls here in the United Center. Tonight marks the return of Dateline NBC. Then it's the special 1-hour season finale of Mad About You and the world premiere movie A Friend's Betrayal starring NYPD Blues Sharon Lawrence. That's all coming up tonight here on NBC. Greg Gumbel, Matt Guokas, Bill Walton, 6:27 to play here in the fourth quarter. The Bulls in charge 95-71.
Bill, you talked a little bit earlier about Dennis Scott, Nick Anderson have to find ways to get involved. You got to make Dennis Scott an entry passer from time to time. You got to get him involved in some pick and rolls, baseline screens, pin downs, because the Bulls making that concentrated effort not to let him catch the ball and hurt them.
How about running the floor and getting an offensive rebound? Setting a screen for somebody to get open.
Well, there are lots of ways you can help your ball club, but Dennis Scott is that type of player, more like a shooting guard that you have to find ways to free him up. And Nick Anderson, basically in that same situation, you got to create some shots for him as well.
Meanwhile, foul number 4 of the game on Dennis Rodman, who discusses it with Bennett Salvatore. Continues to discuss it. Some long faces on the Orlando bench. Orlando has been horrendous at the free throw line today. Hardaway hits that. The Magic are now 6 for 18 from the free throw line.
This will be the 4th straight game that Chicago has beaten Orlando. And you have to start wondering what kind of adjustments can Orlando make. Now, granted, Shaq only played in 1.5 of those regular season games. But Chicago's defense has been stifling. They have the best defense in the playoffs. But Orlando's offense is number 1.
John Sally with a strong move to the hoop.
Well, I can hear Brian Hill's speech already. The first word out of his mouth is going to be rebound, and then it's going to be attitude. You got to come out with a fierce attitude in game 2.
Hardaway for 3.
Matt, I'd start with pride. I wouldn't talk about X's and O's. I'd talk about this is competition. This is great basketball players head to head, and you got to know how to win.
Steve Kerr, top of the key. Got it. 3 more for Steve Kerr, and the Bulls hit the century mark, 100-75. On the drive, no. Rebounded by Rodman. What an outlet. Rodman with 21 rebounds, and he hits that shot. 13 points, 21 boards for Dennis Rodman.
If you're the Orlando Magic, you're saying it's bad enough